So on the heels of last week's talk about speed being an essential factor in marketing, I wanted to make a couple other comments related to that. Right, so because we're going into the holidays, and the holidays can be a very interesting time. They're my favorite time of the year. They're many people's favorite time of the year. Family and the changes in weather. It's just so much fun and so cool. But here's the thing in terms of business is this super grinding of the wheels and everything slowing down, and the turkey and everything like that, and we're all falling asleep and this and that can start to affect lots of people and the holiday schedules, and everybody's out on vacation. And so it can cause the appearance of a tremendous slowdown. Richter's been around since 2008. That's when the doors were open, and starting to really have success around 2010. And then so we're like, I've been here since 2012. But the story is statistics were going up tremendously, revenue, this and that, right towards as we're cruising into the end of 2010, and everybody's just kind of coasting. And I'm telling you, boom! I mean, like a bomb, all of the stats crashed through the basement into the center of the earth over especially December, end of November and December. And the reason is because no preparation or planning was done for the holidays. Now, there's two ways to go about it, because most people watching this already know that, already familiar enough, and we know. But there's two approaches to this, right? Number one, agree with it, go into agreement with it. You yourself take 6-7 weeks off, put on your own brakes, turn off your own engines of your office, yourself, your people, your juniors, and just coast, everybody, because everybody knows that it's very slow. And going into Jan 1, well, then there's New Year's, and everybody knows that it's very slow. So maybe around the end of January, we'll pick, things will be going again. Number two, disagree. And this is really the way to go. Disagree with that. There's no reason to, right? There absolutely, have a great holiday, spend time with family, friends, however you want to spend your holiday, and enjoy yourself. But don't agree with that notion that things have to slow down or the brakes have to slow down, right? We did this 6 years in a row. Inc. 5000 shows speed of growth, right? We did that 6 years in a row. And we did that 6 years in a row with the year after that tremendous crash, right? And we did it by just disagreeing. Now, our CEO is brilliant, and he wrote a program to handle holidays. He was never going to allow that happen again. Our highest months of the year after year after year, are November and December, ever since that time. And it all comes down to preparation, right, of looking ahead, knowing it's coming, planning against it. And to plan against it, you really have to think with 5xing the amount of outflow and content and communication. It's got to come from sales. It's got to come from marketing. It's got to come from customer service. It's even got to come from your executives. It's got to come from every angle, and it's got to be, you have to think with 5 times. How do we 5 times the amount of outflow? Not spam, not blast people, not just phone calls to make phone calls and marketing things to, new marketing releases for the sake of it. But just in terms of, you got to plan, right? And now we're a little bit late on the planning. We should, if you're not already into it, you may as well get into it now and just get some practice with it, because it just requires speed at your own desk. I'm sitting here at my desk and I've got to move from cycle to cycle to cycle, probably about 5 times faster. Why not do that all year? Yeah, why not do that all year? Let's do it all year. But it's a special game at this time of year to really look at it and go, that's what it's going to take. So when you think about that, right, you really want to plan, increasing the volume of content, increasing the speed of release. Communication lines jam things. You're communicating to the market, and there's a couple ways your own communication lines. Well, there's a couple ways communication lines can get jammed. Number one is slow down. When you slow yourself down, or when we're all going to take some holidays. So when you don't speed up your own communication prior to those holiday times, you have to speed up and get that communication out. right? And the second way is to not complete your own cycles of action, your own communications. You have to complete things. If there's a project sitting on your desk, complete it. If there's a phone call that you have to return, complete it, right? If there's an email you have to return, complete it as fast as possible. You should be pressing for no unreturned voicemails, no unreturned emails, no incomplete projects, and press that off of your desk, off of your phone lines, out of your email. No communication incomplete. All of your communications should be complete. I fight every week to empty my inbox. I want my inbox emptied. Things are either over to accounts receivable, they're over to accounts payable, they're over to my assistant to send a proposal, they're over to my CEO with full complete data for a solution on something. I want to push all of my communication, not push it off, complete it and push it out. Complete that landing page, complete that press release, complete that video, complete that phone call with your salesperson. Complete that communication to your juniors. Have them get their communication off and out as fast as possible to, of course, excellent quality, right? You don't want to sacrifice quality, but you can't sit there, sit on your thumbs on quality and be like, well, we didn't make sure that we made all of our I's dot with a heart. You know how you can dot an I with a heart? Well, we didn't have that. Put a dot, send it out, right? You can go too far with this where you get absorbed into quality so much that you stop promoting and stop marketing, and suddenly things stack up on your desk and phone calls. Oh, my voicemail box is full. I haven't encountered this phenomenon until recently. People's voicemail boxes are full. I didn't even know you could. Apparently you can. If your voicemail box is full, complete those communications and delete those voicemails out of your box. And don't keep the box full so that people can't leave more messages. Don't do that. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. That's a way to really, you can really gum up your own communication lines by doing that. Complete the call, delete. Complete the email, send to it. And I have a separate folder that I send all of the communication I want to keep, but don't want to keep. And you know what my folder's called? Notes. It's just called notes. There's no reason for it to be called notes. It could be called something else. It could be called rainbows. It doesn't matter. But I move all my completed communication out of my inbox. And it's not too late to do that. I know some of us have 30,000 emails plus in our inboxes. I would select all, move it out, and that way fresh email comes in and you quickly communicate, or if it's not to you, you're CC'd on it, you read the data, you move it out, move it to notes, right? If it's not for you. If it's for you, answer it. Bam! Fire it off. Move it out of the inbox, no longer in the inbox. Complete these cycles of action as fast as possible. Okay, that's it. If anyone has any comments or anything like that, or says, Ben, that's not true, or hey, that's helpful, then of course let me know. And if we can help with content and doubling, tripling, quadrupling, quintupling the amount of your content for the holiday, let's do it. Okay.